Hello and welcome to GOA365's News Bulletin. I am Susan Gomes and these are the headlines. Politicians finally mount some pressure on bureaucrats to pull up their socks over rising accidents and bad roads. Residents of Mobor Cavalism call for annual dredging of the River Sal. Concerns raised over proposed training wall, citing lack of study. And now for the news in detail. Finally, the politicians seem to be telling the bureaucrats that they need to pull up their socks on the issue of people dying on the Goan roads. The blatant rule breaking and the rash and drunken driving by both Goans and tourists, especially on rent-a-cars and bikes.
Finally, the Chief Minister, Dr. Pramod Sawant, after some nudging from the central review teams on the accidents happening in the state, seems to be trying to tell the cops not to fall for pressure from politicians to let off people who break the traffic rules. Whether this was the right forum for this talk or not is debatable. But more importantly, whether this talk is going to be translated into action is something that only time will tell. Listen to the Chief Minister.
कोविडाच्या वेळार हांव सगळ्यांक सांगतालो भिवपाची गरज ना म्हणून कितें सांगतालो भिवपाची गरज ना पण आज हांव सांगता गोंयांतले एक्सिडंट आनी रफ ड्रायव्हिंग जर पळयत जाल्यार भिवपाची गरज आसा ही खरी गजाल आसा आनी माविनान तशें सांगलें इट इज द नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ गव्हर्मेंट फक्त माझ्या पुलीस डिपार्टमेंट ट्रॅफिक डिपार्टमेंट आणि PWD डिपार्टमेंट फक्त हांचीच रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी न्ही ही रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी प्रत्येक जाण जो रस्त्यार गाडी चलयता 2 व्हिलर 4 व्हिलर ओके 6 व्हिलर ह्या सगळ्यांची ही रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आसा आमी ऑलमोस्ट ऑल प्रिकॉशन्स फ्रॉम माय PWD डिपार्टमेंट म्हणजे खंय सिग्नल घालपाक जाय खंयसर बॅरिकेड्स घालपाक जाय रोड्स सारके करपाक जाय ते सगळे आमी PWD डिपार्टमेंटाच्या वतीन करता ट्रॅफिक डिपार्टमेंटाचे आमचे ट्रॅफिक पुलीस रस्त्यार रावले आनी जर आडयलो म्हणजे हेल्मेट घालून आडयलो हेल्मेट घालिना म्हणून आडयलो रफ ड्रायव्हिंग करता म्हणून आडयलो जाल्यार भुरगे कोणाक फोन मारतात पॉलिटिशियनां मातसो म्हाका सोडा म्हणून हांव एक खोटें सांगना म्हाका सुद्दां जर कोणाचो फोन आयलो हांव सरळ सांगता ताका तूं पयलीं फायन फारीक कर तुका जाय जाल्यार हांव 100 रुपया हांव दिता फायनीचे म्हणल्यार फायन कॅन्सल कर हें हांव सांगतो ना हांव खंयच्याच पुलिसाक केन्नाच फोन करून ओके हांव ताका सांगता तुका फायन कितली पडल्या रफ ड्रायव्हिंग केला म्हणून 500 रुपया पडल्या फायन फारीक कर पावती घे आनी म्हाजे कडेन यो हांव जाय जाल्यार मागीर तुका 500 रुपया दिता म्हणजे तुका कळपाक जाय तुका पिंच येवपाक जाय की 500 रुपया म्हाका रफ ड्रायव्हिंग करतालो किंवा हांवें हेल्मेट घालूंक नासलें आनी तें कोणा खातीर तुमच्या खातीर स्वता खातीर आसा.
Transport Minister Movin Gudino is finally coming around that proper implementation of rules cracking down on rash and drunken driving by government servants is the need of the hour, and also that CCTVs need to be installed and operationalized. Now whether it is on his own or because the Chief Minister has got a nudge from the centre and in turn has nudged him is something that is a matter of thought. Listen to Movin.
I want particularly departments like the PWD should be a little proactive. My transport department, be a little more proactive. You are the real people in the field. You are the people who are responsible. It is not enough sitting in the office. You should go on the field and see what happens. And I think that process has been now initiated by Honorable Chief Minister. He has asked the officers, don't sit in the office. Go and see. In fact, I want a step further that every AE that is responsible for his particular section or the area that he is responsible, he should be directly held responsible. Sometimes, many times I see, I have to tell them that so and so place there are big potholes.
Vincent Rosario and Sanika Nagvekar for GOA365.
Residents of Mobor Cavalism have united in a call for annual dredging of the River Sal to prevent the formation of sandbars that obstruct trawler movements. This plea comes amid rising concerns over a proposed training wall that locals argue lacks scientific backing and has not undergone necessary studies.
The training wall project, which dates back to before 2017, was initially suggested as a solution to the sandbar problem affecting trawler navigation. However, following a complaint to the Goa Coastal Zone Management Authority, it was revealed that the project faced significant regulatory hurdles. The GCZMA highlighted that any construction within 200 to 500 meters of the high tide line from the sea and 100 meters from the river requires prior approval. Such activities, they noted, could pose serious risks to the delicate riverine ecosystem. The GCZMA later issued a stop work notice to the contractor involved in the construction of the training wall, emphasizing that Directorate of Fisheries had failed to secure the necessary approvals as mandated by coastal regulation zone rules. In 2021, the National Green Tribunal approved the construction of the training wall at the mouth of the river Sar at Betul, but with a critical condition. The project must first obtain environment clearance and comply with conditions for the restoration of the land. Local residents have expressed their discontent with the proposed wall, arguing that dredging is a more viable and scientifically sound solution to the ongoing navigation challenges. They assert that regular dredging could effectively mitigate the sandbar issue while safeguarding the ecological balance of the river Sal.
This project will not only destroy this fragile land in Kavlasi village, but it will not help in any way to that so-called trawlers. And Dr. Antonio Mascarenhas had made that time in 2017 or 20 years, he made a very clear report saying that training wall is not a solution to stop the sandbar. In his report by Dr. Antonio, and without following what is required, these people are just going and spending a lot of money. They were proposed about 50 crores. What Dr. Antonio says, you spend 2 crores every year to handle the sand and deepen the path of the waterfalls. So that is enough for 25 years. And by putting that so-called training wall, it is not, it will not stop, because we have studied, there is no study done. There are all reports are bogus reports. And most of the places, Gailia had no training wall, they are not successful. Because in this report, I am giving you a report, which is done by Dr. Antonio, which shows very clearly that training wall is not a solution to stop the sand. In fact, he is saying once you put this so-called training wall, every year maintenance is required because the sand will come and deposit there. So you will spend another 50 crores in course of maintenance.
इतले आख्खे सुवात हो स्ट्रेच आहा तो आख्खे कावले सिमसो जालोर सो हिंगा आमी रापूण उरता हांव रापूण सो आमकां हे नाका आडकोड्यो हाल कितें एक सायक्लोन येता कितें येता जोरकोत वाडोता टायड्स वयर येता आमकां एक व्हड सुद्दां वयर काडूंक मेळपाना आतां हे तो रिटेनिंग वॉल बांदताय जाल्यार म्हाका खबर ना हे कोणा हेल्प करूंक सोदताय ट्रेनिंग वॉल इट लुक्स लायक दे वॉन्ट टू हेल्प द आउटसायडर्स ह्यो प्रॉपर्टी सगळ्यो दिल्लीकारान गेल्याय म्हाका दिसता हे तेंक हेल्प करूंक सोदताय तेंगे प्रॉपर्टी वाचोवपाक आतां तूं हिंग चोयतलो आख्खें घायल तें कितें आख्खें आतां ते आशिश नेरागे जे आतां वयतले नेक्स्ट प्रेस आमी थिंग घेतले कितें आतां आमी थिंग उलयतले कळ्ळें सो आख्खें आमगे ऑब्जेक्शन एज अ रापूणकार आमकां हें वॉल नाका कितें कोतो जाल्यार ट्रेनिंग वॉल नाकाच न्यूज सायडी तेमी कितें कोल ते जाणा पार्टिकुलर बांदिलां कोण तेगे फेवरेट्स आहाय न्हू पंचायती वो MLA वो कोणाले हे इपाट न्हू एटम मानल ना हें बरें पयलीं जाल्लें 5 years बिफोर जाल्लें सो तेंगे कोण फेवरेट आहाय तितले जाणांगे तेमी बांदिलां जस्ट टू प्रोटेक्ट त्या इलिगल बिजनस ते आतां गेस्ट हावस चलयताय जायत जा वो आनी कितें कोताय न्यूज सायडी काण तेंगे प्रोटेक्ट करपाक दे आर युजींग पब्लीक फंड फॉर दीस तेंगे प्रायवेट हेका ते पब्लीक फंड यूज कोताय आनी ते कोला हांव कितें म्हणा बांदिता न्हू आख्खे हांगा मोब वर्सोन सारकें फेरी कोना तितलें फूल बांदून घेवपाचें नॉट ओन्ली युअर फेवरेट्स तुमगे कोण फेवरेट आहाय तेगले बांदून तेंगे पब्लीक फंड यूज करून पिड्या कोना काय पब्लीक हे पयसो
Ramesh Naik Raut, Manish Parab and Muzeb Sheikh for Goa 365.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. And now for the weather. Going into this week, we have thunder showers in the forecast until Tuesday. And then light showers for the next 3 days. That is until the 18th. A yellow alert is in place only for Tuesday at present. With IMD warning of heavy rain and strong gusty winds, that could cause widespread flooding and tree falls. If you find yourself caught in a storm, take shelter immediately.
To break Tuesday's weather forecast down a bit more, we aren't expecting much of a shift from the current weather we're experiencing currently. Rain is definitely possible on this day. We have a yellow alert for heavy showers too. But when it's not raining, it will be really hot and muggy. Highs will taper off at around 33, but with the higher levels of humidity and not to mention the hot air blowing in from the west, the real feel should be up to 40. It would be advisable to spend more time indoors keeping cool. But if you really have to go out, dress lightly and carry an umbrella or a hat and a bottle of water. By evening, some relief is possible. However, lows are expected to settle at a warm 26. So unless it rains in your area, expect an overall hot day. Goa on yellow alert for heavy rain on Tuesday. Light showers forecast until 18th. Maximum and minimum temperatures on Tuesday 33 degrees Celsius and 26 degrees Celsius respectively. No warning issued for boat owners near Goa coast. Bureau report, GOA365 with inputs from IMD.
With that, we've come to the end of this news bulletin, and for more news and updates, log on to our website www.goa365.tv. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube, GOA365 TV. Take care, stay safe, and keep watching GOA365.